Standard 2.4 asks you to explain how the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights safeguard individual rights. So let's get started. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Virtual History 360. I'm Mr. Wade, and today we are reviewing Florida's updated civic standards. This might be your introduction to the standard or a review before the EOC. Either way, we're going to work through this content together. Now, it might sound complicated, but don't worry. We're going to break this down together, and you're going to be just fine. But if you aren't already subscribed to Virtual History, do yourself a favor and click the button now so that you can keep up with all of the standard review videos that will be coming out this year. But what do you say? Are you ready to jump right in with Standard CG.2.4? Here we go. First, let's understand that the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights serve as guardians of our individual rights. They ensure that our rights are protected and respected by the government. However, it's important to recognize that not all rights are absolute. Some rights have limitations to ensure the well-being of society as a whole. For example, property rights are protected under the Constitution, but there are limitations on how they can be exercised. The government can impose regulations to prevent the misuse or harm of property that could negatively affect others. Similarly, civil disobedience, which is the act of deliberately breaking certain laws to protest perceived injustices, is a form of free expression, but is also subject to limitations. While civil disobedience can raise awareness and bring about change, it should be done peacefully and without causing harm to others or their property. Now, let's examine the rationales behind government-imposed limitations on individual rights. In certain circumstances, the government may impose restrictions on our rights to protect the greater good or ensure public safety. For instance, during times of war, the government may enforce forced internment to prevent potential threats to national security. While this can be a controversial practice, it is aimed at safeguarding the country and its citizens from potential harm. Limitations on speech can also occur in specific situations. For example, during wartime, the government may restrict certain types of speech that could endanger national security or incite violence. Additionally, in times of crisis or emergencies, rationing may be implemented to ensure the fair distribution of essential resources. These limitations are put in place to maintain order and protect the well-being of society as a whole. Now, let's use scenarios to examine the impact of limiting individual rights. Imagine a scenario where freedom of speech is limited to prevent the spread of hate speech that promotes discrimination and violence against certain groups. While this limitation may restrict some forms of expression, it helps maintain a peaceful and inclusive society that values diversity and respects the rights of all individuals. Lastly, let's discuss the role of the judicial branch in protecting individual rights and freedoms. The judicial branch, led by the Supreme Court, plays a crucial role in interpreting the Constitution and ensuring that individual rights are upheld. They review laws and government actions to determine if they align with the Constitution and the rights it guarantees. Through their decisions, the judicial branch safeguards our rights and maintains a balance between individual liberties and the needs of society. In conclusion, the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights serve as guardians of our individual rights. While your rights are protected, it's important to recognize that some rights have limitations to ensure the well-being of society as a whole. We've examined the rationales for government-imposed limitations and used scenarios to understand their impact. Furthermore, we've discussed the vital role of the judicial branch in protecting individual rights and freedoms. Remember, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are living documents that evolve with society. They provide a framework for balancing individual rights with the needs of the community. It's essential for us to understand and respect these rights, as they form the foundation of our democracy and ensure that we live in a just and fair society. Okay, now I know you're going to go deeper into this standard in class, but hopefully now you feel a little more confident about the content. But I do want to hear from you. Do you have any questions about what we've talked about today? If so, leave them in the comments below so I can see them there, okay? While you're down there, be sure to check out the link to my spring store. There you can get all kinds of virtual history merchandise, like the shirt that I'm wearing today. Be sure to use code STUDENT so you can get 10% off your order. And then be sure to hit like so YouTube can share this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you check out all my other videos. Make sure you watch the rest of this playlist, the rest of the civics videos, US and world history, even my 360 videos that you can look all the way around. Okay? I got a bunch, so check them out because I know you're going to like them. For Virtual History 360, I'm Mr. Wade. I'll see you next time.